Hello viewers and friends, welcome back to The Real Vibe with one and only Imani. And again we are back with another lit video for the channel. So today, guess what we are talking about? A deep topic. And today's topic is finding a blessing in a disguise. We've had this before, right? Finding a blessing in disguise. If you've never heard this before, all it means is finding that blessing in a situation that does not seem like a blessing. So let's dig in and let's talk. Honest talk, real talk. Sometimes life does not work exactly how you'd picture it to work. If you are as structured as I am, sometimes you may have a write-up somewhere where you want to do certain things at specific times. For instance, you might say, as a young woman, I need to go to college, finish college, get that job, travel the world, get to know yourself better, try different things to do in life that will bring fun, maybe settle down, get children, grow old with the love of your life. I mean, that's structure about life. But many times, life does not work exactly how you would picture it. It is full of turmoils many times. It sometimes, has pain, it has struggle, it has unforeseen loss, it has, sickness can strike, and these are things you do not expect. No one wishes to go through that, but these are things that happen to us every day. It is not a guarantee that these things will not happen, but what matters the most is how you deal with what happens to you. I once read a book that said situations or circumstances in life either make you bitter or better. So how do they make you better? It's when you seek and purpose to see a blessing in disguise, even when things are not working. Okay? I've never shared this on camera, but I'm gonna do it today. Many years back, most of my close friends know that. Many years back, my life was crumbling. I am a sister to 4 brothers. I don't have a blood sister. Thank God for sister-in-laws. Now I do. I have 4 brothers. When we were growing up, as a young woman, I didn't experience what you would call a dad's love. And every girl out here wants a dad's love. And as a result, I grew up to be someone who was bitter. That I'm saying was because I've dealt with it. I experienced lack, and a lot of it. I watched my mom struggle to bring us up. And life was tough for me and my siblings and my mother. And as I grew up, I was asking myself, I just kept asking myself one question. Faith, what is life trying to teach you? And at some point, I actually became really almost suicidal because of what was happening to me. I got born again in the sense I knew Jesus Christ personally, individually for me when I was around 13 years old. And that journey of salvation, many of us know, it's not as easy as it sounds. Did salvation take away my family struggles? No, it didn't. We still continued to go through what we were going through. I finished high school, and as a young woman, I didn't know what was next for me, but I still kept asking myself, what is life trying to teach me? I look at what we owned back then as a family, but even if we were to sell everything, there's no way I was going to afford college. And I started giving up on myself. I was like, maybe I'm thinking so highly of myself. Maybe I started falling into depression of some sort and believing every negative word someone has ever said to me. Oh, you will never make it, or you'll never go anywhere, or you will still remain in the village, or you will, get married, have kids, and just become the common village girl who has no exposure or is not empowered. But I still kept asking myself, even through this, even though these words are really hitting my head, what is life trying to teach me? Did I go through that because I was cursed? Absolutely not. Did I go through that because no one cared about me? Absolutely not. Did I go through that because I was meant to go through it? Maybe. Sometimes I tell myself that everything I ever went through, I did it because it was only me who could take it. There are things in life you go through. It could be, a terminal illness. It could be loss. It could be divorce. It could be separation. It could be financial, issues. And you ask yourself, why me? My question for you is, why not? You have absolutely everything within yourself that you need to go through exactly what you are going through today. And you know what? If you believe in God like I do, there is nothing that happens to you that you cannot go through it. Ever watched War Room? He does not give small battles to big soldiers. God is He gives life as it is to you because you can do life as it is. If you are going through a hard situation today, I need you to look at it as a blessing in disguise. Let me take you back to my story. So here is a Form 4 leaver who does not have hope, who is looking at their background, who is looking at what everybody said about her, and everything was negative anyway. Growing up, I remember how, the clothes we used to wear, we didn't have shoes. Even some family members had looked down upon us that they don't want to play with that little girl because she's a dirty girl. She cannot afford what every other person is wearing. And definitely my self-esteem was negative. But then this question kept me going. What is life trying to teach me? At that point, I decided, let me go to the house of God and just, maybe God is gonna speak to me in a way, but you see how your subconscious is telling you something, but your conscious is like louder. I walked to the house of God and I bitterly cried and I told God, enough is enough. We have gone through so much as a family, and if you've ever wanted to use anyone to bring change, can you please use me? 2 weeks after that, we had this youth camp going on at church, and I decided to attend the youth camp. I was seated somewhere at the back, completely at the back. And the speaker of the day was someone who has played the role of a dad in my life since then. He walked to me at the farthest end. This is a girl who, why would anyone recognize me? And this is why I usually say it really does not matter what anyone thinks about your life. God has it all figured out. As long as you align your thoughts, you align what you're going through on His will, He got you. He came to me and I was like, me? You mean me? Did you mean my neighbor? And he was like, no, I mean you. He looked at me and for the first time, I felt cared for and loved. I don't know how many of you can can relate with what I'm talking about. And that is when my life took a turnaround. He was ready to take me in. He was ready to support my education, and just like that, my brothers managed to go to college. I managed to go to college. I actually thought universities were meant for other people besides me, but I still kept going. And today I look back at every night I went hungry when I was young. I look back at the clothes my mom had to resize for me so that they can fit me because they were her clothes. The shoes I had to tie tightly so that they can fit me because they were my mama's. And I'm like, I'm so happy I went through it because only me could have gone through it. Maybe at that time I didn't know what life had for me or it had ahead of me. But today I just want to help someone understand that every pain you go through has a blessing in it. You may not feel it now. Sometimes it takes time. But if you were to speak to your mind, to speak to your heart today, that maybe life is trying to teach me something to be better, something to smile about amidst tears, you cannot be a victim anymore. And I'm not saying that was the only experience I had. I've had good share of pain in life. I've had good share of betrayal in life. I've had a good share of luck in life. I've had a good share of losing a loved one in life, if not loved ones. I've loved people who broke my heart and broke it terribly. I've invested in friendships that never worked. I've had friends that I thought were close to my heart, but life proved different. And I understand that because I've been there. And do you know something about life? You will still continue to face that exact pain. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but what I do about what will happen, which is allowing myself not to be a victim of circumstances, is what matters. Is a friend going to betray me? I would want to choose to see that differently. Maybe it was their fault, maybe it was my fault. How can I be a better friend? That is one way of looking at it. A blessing in disguise.